Merry Christmas!
Hi everybody, welcome to Creative Pouring by Cheryl. I'm Cheryl. Today what I'm going to do, you can see I've got my molds out here. I'm going to make some really pretty Christmas ornaments. I'm going to use my Let's Resin Chrome Powder. And I'm going to use these colors right here. I've got gold, I've got green, I've got royal blue, light blue, and red. I'm going to use those colors and I'm going to paint these molds or dust these molds with them. So enjoy the ride. I'm going to fast forward it so you guys don't get bored while I'm trying to do this. But I've got my switching sponge to switch in between the different colors. So, okay, here I go. Let's fast forward. All right, I'm back. I went ahead and mixed up my Tea Expert resin, and I've got this laying on one of my trays for my Tea Expert curing machine. That way it's easier to lift these up and put them in there. I don't always do that, but since there's so little, I'm afraid I'm going to spill them all over everything. I plan on not filling them up all the way, so I'm thinking about just taking some of my Resiner's mint blue on the back side of all these. It should work as long as I don't go too heavy on it. Put it in the resin and stir it up real good. This way the back side will look pretty as well, because they are going to be ornaments. Okay, got that all nice and stirred up. I'm going to take that out of there so I don't make a big mess, hopefully. Okay. trying to let them flow into the other parts. I know I don't usually waste resin like this, but I want to make sure I pour it good and not pour it down the cup. Resin does not usually go where resin hasn't been before. So if you notice it's coming down the bottom of the cup, that's because resin's been there before. Okay, let's give that a minute for it to settle. Just opening that up so some of them can go in there, and the feet and the arms. All right, there we go. Like I said, I'm not filling these up all the way. I'm letting them about halfway. You can tell I use my resiners machine a lot. I'm sorry. You can tell I use my T-Expert machine a lot. I put it in there a lot too, so it can cure quicker. Now, when you do this, you got to be very careful because you don't want to scratch the mold. I'm just kind of scooping some of this into here. Okay, I'm going to let these sit here for just a minute to level out. And before I put them in the machine. Meanwhile, I've got a bunch of resin right there. I'm going to use my gnome, and I'm just going to make him a green gnome. And I have a little bit left over from another project I was working on. I don't know if you'll see it first or this first. So I'm just going to use it. I'm working on 2 videos at once right now. Sometimes you got to do that. Just going to pour that clear in there. There we go. Okay. I'm going to let these settle out and put them in the deburring. I'm doing good today. I'm going to let these set out, and I'm going to put them in the machine, and I will have them as soon as they are ready to demold. It's demolding day. Let's go ahead and get these out of the molds. I'm going to start with the extra, the gnome that I did. He turned out beautiful. I love that glitter. Although it did sink. If you can see, it sunk. But that's okay. That turned out really pretty. All right, let's go ahead and we'll start with the base part. Ooh, that gold is gorgeous. Let's see. Does need to be cleaned up a little bit. We'll just grab the deburring tool. And with the inside, it's easy. You just kind of go around like that. That's what I like about the inside. These, I believe these were actually made for plumbing, for the inside of the plumbing the tubes for plumbing, PVA tubes. I used to work at a hardware store, and that's what they would use these to clean the they would use these to clean the inside of the PVC pipe before you put the glue on it to put them together. Okay, got that mostly done so I don't cut myself. Let's go ahead and get this other one out. Oh, that turned out lovely. When I sprinkled that gold on it, it just made that gold pop. I made that gold in there be real pretty. I'm trying to make this so I don't hurt myself because it's not full all the way. But I didn't want it too thick. Because I wanted it light on the tree. Clean this mess up. All right, there we go. All right, let's get these lovelies out of there. Start with this one. This looks like it's going to be the hardest one to demold. But it's not. Oh, look at that. Oh, that turned out lovely. I'll have to do some cleaning up on it, which is no big deal. You know, when you do resin, a lot of the times you end up cleaning up half the stuff you do. Let's go ahead and get this guy out. Okay. I like him. He's got a little bit of the gold around the edges there. That's going to be cute. Oh my goodness. Okay, let's get the stocking. Look at that. That gold did great in there. When I flicked the gold on there. I like him too. He's got a lot of room for other colors. Oh, he turned out beautiful too. I got him in the right spot. Oh, I did. I got that red in the right spot. Some of that silver in the right spot. Awesome. Now let's get the mitten. That turned out amazing. Look at the red. And then the gold in the Merry Christmas. That turned out great. Okay. Oh, there you go. It brings out that gold. Those look really neat. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to get out my little UV colors that I have. I'm just going to do the snowman, and I think that's all I'm going to do is a snowman. If you want to, you can always use just the markers in there, and then you use UV to get them in there. Or you can do what I'm going to do. I've got some UV, I got some blue, purple, and green of the diamond dust glitter UV resin that I got off of Temu. And we will let's turn his scarf blue. I'll turn that scarf blue. I'm just going to use a little bit in this channel. That turned out pretty. Let's pop them under here and cure them. We'll be right back. Well, I went ahead and cleaned up some of these little ornaments, and I'm going to show you how to fix these onto here. What I'm going to do is I'm going to get I just have some old key rings that are kind of small, and I'm going to use this to put it on here. I've used this to pry it open a little bit. See? And I want to poke it in the hole. And we're going to turn it. Until it gets in that hole. There we go. Well, it's a little bit, no big deal. You can take your little snowman or whatever, gingerbread man or whatever you want, poke it in that hole, and spin it again. And you have a little hangy man. Now, I went ahead and bent it a little bit too much, so yeah. It's okay, though. See how I poked it through there, both ends? And then I just make sure the two ends are poked in the big hole. There, see? How it hangs in the middle there? Now, in order to make that hang on your tree, you can get a piece of ribbon or a piece of this string that I got, and you can do one of two ways. You can take one and poke it in the one end, or you can take and tie it together like I did these. Let's see, put too many holes in it, sorry. You can take one of these where the end is, and I know that getting it through there is going to be difficult. So my solution is to take a piece of thinner thread, a thicker piece of thread, or I pulled off some of that. You see how they have I just pulled some of them off of another piece I had. And you just close it all together. Poke it through that hole. Well, keeps bending. Let's try the end with the two pieces. Might work better. Yep, it worked a little better. Try to get both those pieces in. Now I got one end in. Get the other end in. There we go. Now don't pull it all the way through yet. Put it around your one piece and then pull the two strings so it goes through that hole. And then I'll pull right off. And then You do that. And you've got yourself a cute little ornament. There we go. And these I just plan on doing the strings through, just like I did that top one. Let's see. I'm going to do snowman. Well, you get the idea. I'm not going to go through all that with you, but you get the idea. I'll go ahead and get these done, and I will go ahead and get you pictures. Okay, thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed this pour as much as I did. If you did, don't forget to like, subscribe, and leave me a comment. And if you want to help out my channel, here's my link for the coffee. Until next time, keep creating and keep pouring. Bye for now.